Okay, hello guys. Welcome to another episode of Into the Shrimp Room. I hope you don't mind me shooting in this kind of format because I can see from my analytics guys that you really prefer this type of video over all my other types of content, right? So that's what I'm going to do. Anything I have to do during the day in the shrimp room, I'll record it, I'll upload it to YouTube, you guys can see. And today is going to be a great example of something that I should have done a little while ago and I just haven't gotten around to it, and that is this. Have a look. In this tank, I have had the odd death every so often for a while, right? So this morning I came in and there was 2 dead shrimp over here. Right, so there is an ongoing issue with this tank. I don't have the same problem in any other tank, and I'm more or less, guys, just trying to eliminate what it possibly could be, right? So we've been through all the filtration. Did I do water changes too fast, etc.? The water change stuff has happened weeks and weeks and weeks ago. Now, things you do in the tank can last for weeks, but not when it's water changes where you've left the tank for a good 2 or 3 weeks at a time, and you think things are fixed, and then you still get the odd death, right? So I don't want to get the odd death. So we're going through things methodically. And the tank is looking very nice. Plants are really appreciating the extra ferts and whatnot. I'm not going overboard with the ferts either, but you can see, guys, you can clearly see the plants are actually loving it. And the job, guys, I meant to do in here a long time ago that I just didn't do is this, right? So when you look at the substrate here, I'm actually going to use my phone to show you guys this as well, just so you can see. When you look at the substrate here, guys, it looks clean here. This is what it should be like all the time, right? But for YouTube videos and streams especially, I was feeding just one spots because they were good for light, etc. You guys can see the shrimp really clear. And what tends to happen is this here. Hopefully it comes out in camera. As I said, I'll put you guys on the other camera as well on my phone in a minute once we start this. There's a clear build-up of crap in the substrate, all in this one spot here where I was overfeeding the shrimp for you guys, for live streams and whatnot. But so that is the one thing that we're going to try and remove today, right? So the thing that clearly stands out with this kind of stuff is the substrate underneath here is black. You can see there's a clear line going along here, it's black. Right, then under it there's kind of like, I don't know, it's like a mouldy, fungusy build-up right underneath it, and then there's more crap underneath. I'm aware of this when I feed, guys, because I see the food going into the substrate. So that's what we no longer do, right? We no longer feed the shrimp for the camera because it is bad, unless you're feeding into the dish. You guys know what I mean. Always use your dish, always use your dough, always use your dish. Right, so let's get started. I can see there's some shrimp here, right, and will this be an issue? I don't think so, guys, because we're going to put some food in the tank way over here. Right, and with a bit of luck, all these guys here will go over into this area of the tank, right, and it should give us enough time to quickly try and hoover up this little mess here, right. So let me get a piece of food, something that will attract them really well. We're going to go with a piece of protein mix, because it actually has fish meal in it that I make myself, because you guys will know fish meal itself, right, can be quite toxic if you don't know the source, but I know mine is good because I made it myself. You guys would have seen that, you would have heard me talking about that in previous videos. My stuff is a little bit all over the place today because we've had a guy in fixing the boiler. This switch has been replaced. Our hot water is currently going back up, thank God. I can actually have a warm shower again. So let's get the food in, away over here. And it's typical here, guys, I don't have my glasses. Protein mix. And you go, sir. And I put eggshell and stuff in this and a little bit more marlinate clay just to help it sink in. You see how quickly that sunk. So let's hope that these shrimp all move over to this side, right? Meanwhile, guys, I'm just going to siphon the stuff into these buckets. I don't think it'll be more than 2 buckets, but yesterday when I did a water change in this tank, I actually did overfill it a little bit. You can see the mark here, but so it's no big deal, and hopefully that will give us enough time to suck up all this crap here. As I said, I don't see any tater top baby shrimp. I do see ones that are like quarter, maybe half a centimetre, like there, but they're all big enough, they're all easily big enough for us to see quite well, right? So we're going to use my phone. I'm going to stick you over here as well, because I want you guys to be able to see all the crap coming out here, because I'll have to switch off this camera to use two hands to do this, just because of the nature of it. Yeah, I don't want to kill the shrimp unnecessarily, you guys know what I mean. Right, so we have our big pipe here. Guys, what I'm going to do is I will go over onto my other camera, it will record my audio as well. It might sound a little bit different, but it will save me from having to try and mess around with two cameras at the same time, right? So you'll be over there in one momento. Okay, SHRIMPFAM, one thing I forgot to mention there, right, it's really important, and that's why I'm restarting the video here, just so you guys can hear, is make sure you bloody wash your arms and your hands and scrub your nails before you put them in the tank, right? It's really, really, really important, right? Because today, I've just been out with Lucy, and I was giving her treats, and I was clapping her body, and she has a tick and flea collar, right? So you must scrub underneath your nails and wash your hands very, very thoroughly, right? Because you can see how deep the water is here. And my arm is going to be all the way up to the elbow in this water, right? Don't take risks, just wash your bloody arm. Let's get over to here. Alright, SHRIMPFAM, you are actually on my mobile phone. You can clearly see the layer I was talking about before. It goes just a little bit off to the side here, and it goes all the way over to here, right? So this is the part that we're going to try and remove. You can see there's quite a few shrimp here. I'm actually using a big braided hose here. This is stuff I have spare from when I was doing something to my boat, some plumbing work. Yeah, so let's get in here. We're going to, guys, I'm going to try and not bang the tripod too much, but bear in mind, right, I have lots of hose in my arm and I'm trying to direct it towards all this stuff as well, right? So I'm just going to try and clear these guys just out the way, because there is quite a few little shrimp here. Get out the way, bugger off, big shrimp. Get out the way, scare them away to the sides. Come on, beat it. But this should buy us enough time to start this, right? So you can see it's way over here. You might, you can just see it no more. This shrimp that's just landed next to me here is buried. Beat it too, come on. I'm going to start the scything, guys, right? And I'm going to hold the end with my thumb to control the water flow. You guys can't see this. So this would have been impossible for me to do with the GoPro. Right, so there is our scything started. Move, little bitches. Get out of the way. Oh, they're all coming here now. Of course you're all coming here now. Of course, get out of the way. Right, so I'm just going to have to be very careful with this. Let's get that bad stuff out here and moved. I have to control the flow a little bit because it's oh damn it, yeah, I can see the soil is black here underneath. Yeah, oh, it is really black. The last it's all black in one area. I wish I could show you this a little bit better. It's like a layer of grey. Come on, shrimp, beat it. Beat it, move. Yeah, so my apologies, guys, for this not being the absolute best image for you guys to see. Let's see, is there more here? I've just gone a little bit further back. Oh, this looks clean. This looks very clean. So the difference, guys, is I can see that the soil is dirty. It's like it almost looks like it's rotten. Get out of the way. Is it clogged? I'm going to swap to the other bucket, which is on the floor. Yeah, it still has that black layer here as well. I'm struggling to control the flow just because it's on the floor. But that's that black layer gone. I'm actually spilling it on the floor. Okay, that black layer is completely gone now. I don't think I sucked up one single shrimp, but we did spill some water on the floor. I'm just going to check over this side, guys. Yeah, it is gone as well, right? So I'm going to come up here to the top, I'm going to lift it off the bottom. I'm going to suck in whatever akadama is left in here. And then that is the end. Lift it out. And that is it empty. Alright, Shrimp Fam, I'm not going to lie, that was a little bit more awkward than I thought it was going to be. I definitely couldn't have used two cameras and stuff at the same time, but let me show you what I've done. Let's move you out the way. This is the footage of the macro stuff. And hopefully, guys, you'll be able to see the difference in the colour of the actual substrate, right? So we're now back to the good clean akadama. All the black stuff that was there is gone. It's no longer there. There's one bit there, you can see it tiny little bit. But this whole layer here was black underneath, right? And this is the ensuing mess. Thank God I have a floor drain, that's all I'm saying, right? So I'm going to let that drain away into the floor a little bit. These buckets of water, I don't think I caught any shrimp. You guys might have seen one in the footage, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep these buckets of water. What will happen to them, guys, is they will settle down and I'll be able to see if anything was in there, right? So I love having loads of floor towels. I'm going to dry a bit over here like this. Any soil that's on the floor as well, guys, you can see some soil there. It will actually dry on the floor, right? Let's get this over here. Like so. I'm going to keep these buckets, as I said. We'll look for shrimp. Shrimp are quite big in my tank. There's not any like teeter top shrimp, as you can see here. Let's get this thing out the way. And I think I have somewhere under here. I do. It's a thing we use for drying windows and stuff, but I also use it for drying the floor, right? It's called a squidgy. Squidgy. If you don't have a tile floor in your shrimp room, yeah, I would consider getting one laid or something like that, moving your shrimp room to somewhere that is just a little bit better. And I didn't spill much water there, but you can see it's no issue to me at all. Hello there, big cray. It's no issue to me at all. Right, here guys, in here is the trap for this drain. And it has like a little U-bend thing on it that is for solids. I'm actually going to lift that up right now because I will be able to move all of this stuff here into... Is that a shrimp? It's not a shrimp, is it? No! For a second there I thought that was a piece, I thought it was a shrimp. Right, so we have most of the water over here, right? As I said, I have a trap here. I need to open it because we're going to move all that water from the floor into the trap. Like so, you can see there's a lot of spider webs here. I'll be open for a while. I actually do clean this every year, right? So we'll be cleaning it. There's a spider there. Oh, what the other way? I'm just going to pull this, guys, into the floor trap because I can actually remove this trap and give it a clean, give it a flush out. I can empty it outside and then give it a flush out. Let's get all the water. Right, guys, what would you do here? You could leave it to naturally dry. Put this on just now because we're going to use our floor towels. The floor towel has been soaked in here. It's repotting an African violet that was badly neat and repotted. Get some floor towels down. So these floor towels, guys, are just old towels that you no longer use. Right, so these towels are good examples of stuff that I had here when I first moved to Norway a decade ago. They're not nice enough to have as bathroom towels, so we use them as floor towels. Two is probably enough. Huh? Who said keeping shrimp was hard? So we're almost dry here already. Oh, the bark is a bit sore today. Hello there, mother crayfish. Let's get you clean. And let's have a look at this top tank that we've just worked on. And see, oh, these tanks are a little bit wet. Okay, so guys, I have floor towels and then I have hand towels and tank towels. Don't get the two mixed up because just say that I spill something on the floor in here, I don't know, like detergent for washing your clothes or conditioner or something like that, and she uses one of your floor towels to wipe it up. Don't put it next to your tank. Always have a hand towel that is just for cleaning and drying your hands or wiping the front of the tanks. Capiche? This is my hand towel. No one's going to steal it off me. Alright, so us doing that right now has left a bit of a gap here in the soil. Right, I'm not worried about it at all, because what will happen in here is any Malaysian trumpet snails that are in here, they will dig through all this stuff, and gradually, guys, within a week or two, this will be gone. Right, I could go in here right now, or I could get my tweezers and I could straighten it all up. Why bother? Why put your hands in when you don't have to? Also, our shrimp will go down into here and they will eat into the bacteria that's not available to them when the earth is on top of it. It will be nice, guys, if we could see the soil that has been taken out of the tank, because I think it's important that you can see the difference in the black and the white soil, because I don't think it's very visible with this GoPro here. I think I saw one bit here that is black, but you probably can't see. Same along here, but we got rid of the black layer. There was a black layer just sitting right above the surface. It is gone. There was someone outside, that's why I stopped the camera for a second. It was the wife. We've been doing zucchinis, guys, growing zucchinis, the zucchini patch outside, and bloody hell, it's growing the most zucchinis I've ever seen in the zucchini patch grow ever. It's probably with all the sun we've had. Let me just have a little look, because the wife has just been here. She's taken some away because I think we're going to have zucchini soup or something to do. Let's have a little look. Right, so remember, this is from one day, right, and tomorrow or the next day there will be the same amount again. Let's have a little look. Hopefully the wife is not here. Right, so here it is. Just give you an idea of the size of this stuff and how it's growing. I like to use the plain zucchini like this because it's cool. Other stuff like this yellow type zucchini has big seeds, guys, but we get this every second day, this amount from our zucchini patch. These ones are just insanely odd looking. Don't even know what they are. Right, but that's where all my zucchini chips and stuff comes from. All the little bits that we make. Let me go in here and we'll show you that as well today. We chop them up. I put them in my dehydrator. This is just like this just now, just because I was doing this with plants. 2 dehydrators. This was almost a whole basket full of zucchini. I dry it until it's crisp, and then I let it cool down, and then I bag it out. And guys, and then I sell it in my shop. Shrimp love zucchini chips. When I was talking there, guys, I was filming this thing here. I can actually see in the tank, I can still see the black substrate. I can't see it from the front because of the metallic rim thing, but hopefully, guys, you will be able to see what I'm talking about here. There, you see it? We still have some black soil there, you see it? It's not as bad as it was, but it's still there. Teeny little bits further along, but that is still the biggest bit. So, I think what I will do is I would have liked to get rid of all of it. There it is there, you can clearly see, watch. If you look down, you can see that there's a black layer right next to the glass. This is where all the uneaten food that we put in the tank, you can see the difference in the soil right next to it, in front of it. How dirty it is. But what I think happens with this stuff, guys, is is all the food that's not eaten goes into the substrate, and it goes bad, right? And there's things that will come off of it that I can't measure. And you know, like the classic things for us would be ammonia, nitrite, nitrate, but you probably can't measure the toxic stuff that comes off this as well. So I think, how can I get rid of this quite easily, because there's not that much of it. Maybe let's try, I wonder if we can use a turkey baster actually, like this. It's worth a try, guys, because it's not that much. I don't fancy using that giant hose again because it's quite the ordeal. Let's see, let's get my chair back out over here. I just want to make sure I get all of it out. All of it. So we went from zucchinis back to the black substrate. Oh, we were talking about the zucchinis there. I keep on going off on a tangent, right? But we're going to do the thing, the substrate there. Guys, when I'm making my zucchini, there is a tiny bit of waste from this, right? And because I grow my own stuff, I know that I don't add any fertilizers to it, I don't add any pesticides to it. I know it's 100% safe for my shrimp, right? So all the bits that come off of it, all the extra bits, all go into my crayfish tanks or other tanks where I have large snails, because they just absolutely destroy it. They munch through it. I think the crayfish will actually eat through all of this as well. So yeah, there you go. Let's get my chair set here. I'm just going to use one of these buckets again, and we'll see, guys, if we can actually use a turkey baster for this. And it's a good little example to show you, because you might not have to do it the way I did before if you don't have such a bad area in the tank, right? So I'll try and hold you still, mother effers. See, because I'm struggling to see that from outside, so I'll have to look in here. You guys will have to look as well. Oh, you know what we might be able to do here is, I might be able to just put you in the water so you can see closer up. Let me think. Can we do that, guys? One hand there, one hand there. I think it's possible. This camera is waterproof. It's actually quite good for underwater photography, underwater filming, I should say. Yeah, let's get you under here. Alright, so hold your breath. You're going under for a wee swim. Hold your breath, go! Your ears will be a little bit full, but that actually did work. I don't know, is there water in the camera? Water on the lens maybe? Yeah, water on the lens. Okay, so it did actually work. We got a little bit of dirty water here, you can see it. It might not be big enough to pick up all the little bits, but it did work. I'm not sure this is feasible though, guys. Let me have a look again. Yeah, we kind of just spread out this stuff instead of picking it up. Let me see, can we do it with another hose, because it's such a tiny amount. Let's see, will this little bugger be long enough? This is the bog standard hose I use for my water changes when I'm doing stuff. With a little bit of luck, it might be doable. Maybe. Let's see, is it going to be long enough to reach the bottom and for us to create a cycle? Yes, it's long enough, you see. So, you're going to go over here and watch me from afar. Little SHRIMPFAM, because it's very hard for me to film like this. Let's go and start our sighting. Thumb over the end to make sure that we can control the flow. You see how easy that one started? But I'm actually going to look in the tank this time and suck away all that bad stuff. Right, we've actually got all of that stuff out there. We're going to move along and do the next bit. Well, I am impressed. I am impressed because that's actually better than it was. Let's go over to our floor towel. Now this is a really good example. I wonder if you can just see this. I'm going to have a look at this in a second. I'm going to quickly just tied up here, guys, so we're not getting wet feet. Like we always do. Floor towels. Hopefully your hearing has turned back to normal, because I am aware that once I put you guys in the water, the sound can go a little bit weird, just for a little bit when there's water in the microphones, because these microphones are waterproof. The sound is probably horrific. Let's see. Let's have a little look over here again. I'm going to tip you into the tank at the side. What do you see, guys? It is much better. I can't see any black bits at all. You see past the, is there a glare there, or is that just the rim? I think is it the rim? I can't tell. Yeah, I'm having trouble seeing what you are seeing, but you can probably see all the way to the bottom. There's a tiny little black bit. I think that is good enough. So that is our job done for today. All that remains to do now is probably top up this tank. I wanted, guys, to show you something here, just as an example. See if we can grab a good piece of Akadama. I'm going to grab a good piece of Akadama, and I want you guys to see the difference, right? So we have our little sample here. So we have our little sample. Let's put you on the protein mix box. You know, out of the water it looks darker than it is. It's very hard to tell the difference here and there because of the white behind it. But hopefully, guys, you can see just even a little bit difference here. This is black, this one. And this one's brown, the one that we want to keep. So there you go. Fingers crossed. Yeah, we're going to leave that tank with that big giant hole there, because as I said, it will fill in itself. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's Mark's Into the Shrimp Room with Mark Shrimp Tanks, and I hope you'll join me for the next one, because I love doing these little videos like this where you see me doing stuff in the shrimp room daily. I think it's better content for you guys. So guys, I would appreciate it as well if you like this kind of stuff to please like it, and please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all in the next one. Happy shrimp game, guys. Bye.